Hello everyone, my name is Juliana Lopez, and I'm a student of master program in criminology and criminal public lies. In this short presentation, we're going to analyze the relationship between neurobiological and environment factors in criminal behavior in order to develop a comprehensive and transdisciplinary approach to the study of criminology. First of all, it is important to emphasize that a transdisciplinary approach allows us to understand criminal behavior as a phenomenon that can be explained from multiple perspectives. This means that crime is not only a violation of law. It can be studied not only from a legal or social standpoint, but also through biological and environmental conditions that shape human actions. And combining these perspectives, transdisciplinary learning provides richer insights and leads us to more comprehensive conclusions about the causes and dynamics of criminal behavior. So let's start to talk about the neurobiological perspective. In this studies show that genetic prepositions, brain functions, and impulsivities influence the likelihood of deviant behavior. For example, deficit in emotional regulation may significantly increase vulnerability. To better understand this, it is useful to look at this historical roots of biological paradigms in criminology. In the 19th century, Cesar Lombroso introduced the idea of the born criminal, liking crime to physical and biological traits. Of course, in that time, it was criticized. It criticized his work, but this opened the path to biological explanation of crime. During the early 20th century, scientific development explored the heredity, hormones, and the nervous system. Today, neuroscience investigation about how brain structures like prefrontal cortex, amygdala, for example, influence impulsivity and aggression. This development, contemporary research combines biology, genetics, and brain imaging to better understand propositions to violence, impulsivity, or addiction, especially. However, biology alone cannot explain crime, as the law. The main reason because we can fall in indeterminism. Current perspectives emphasize that gene-environment interaction, meaning that biological vulnerabilities manifest different depending on social and cultural conditions. That's the point. And that development can inform prevention and especially rehabilitation strategies such as early detection of behavioral disorders or the treatment or people with addictions that commit crimes. Still, they must always be combined with social politics and that cross poverty, inequality, and exclusion, because crime never explained by us. In the other hand, there's the environmental perspective. The environment plays a decisive role. That's a point. Poverty, exclusion, community disintegration, and cultural norms shape how biological propositions are expressed. We emphasize crime cannot be explained by nature or non-nature alone, but by the interplay between them. It is important to talk about the Chicago School of Criminology and its exponents, how its exponents like Thomas Simmels, Mackenzie, collectivity, emphasize how urban life, community bonds, and economical deprivation shape criminal behavior. They highlighted that cities, for example, function as a living social organisms, where the breakdown of community types, the pressure of urban psychology, the special organization of neighborhoods, and socioeconomic inequalities, all of them interact to influence deviant conduct. Together, they were laid the foundation for understanding crime as a phenomenon deeply rooted in its social and environmental context. In conclusion, this is why transdisciplinary approach is essential. Criminology must synthesize insight from psychology, sociology, neuroscience, and law. Highlight integrate theories of crime, offer a notion framework that explain how biological propositions interact with social learning process, producing different criminal outcomes depending on context. This holistic view leads to more effective prevention and prevention strategy, we insist, on how to create or make programs to interview communities, understand the subject that commit crime.